BStew reviews the world. Hello friends, welcome to Mind the BStew. News featuring Mind the BStew. We got another episode this week. And it is we're starting off with another segment I've been really interested in. If y'all saw my TikTok, y'all probably know what's coming. We're going to back to Miss Dean's class, talking to some of the AP government students. Again, it was quite fun, and then we'll head back to some more just a BStew talking, because I know y'all miss me yapping. So, to Miss Dean's room, BStew. There you go, friend.
Friends, it's BStew reporting live, and I have Jaden Qualls here, also known as Q-Tip. Do you think 100 men or one gorilla would win in a fight?
Here's my thing. How long do the men have to prepare, and what men are we choosing from?
No. So there's no time to prepare, but it's the average human, which is 5'9", 180 pounds.
I say it's going to be close, but I think the 100 men take it.
Close? How close?
I say roughly 50 to 45% of the men will die.
I don't know about 50, maybe 45. So, do you think the gorilla has a chance at all?
There's a slight chance in my mind, but I do think that the gorilla will perish.
How would the gorilla get it done if it could? Yeah, that's a good example. What about... You can't put... How are the men going to beat the gorilla?
I say they organize into groups of 5 men each.
That's an awful idea.
5.
Shut up, Bentley. I'll do you after.
At least pause. Time out on that. At least 5, maybe 10. 5 to 10 people per group. And at the same time, they just bull rush the gorilla. One does a sweep single, the other one does a blast double, the other one just takes his back and gets a rear naked choke. Or he gets just like...
Gorilla has no grappling?
Gorilla, no grapple.
I agree. What do you have to say?
What if like 50 of them were Dakota Petrie and the other 50 were John Adam Petrie? How do you think about that?
Current John Adam Petrie or...
Let's go prime.
Both? I think both are it's pretty close.
I would say prime, done like maybe 5 casualties. Prime John Petrie, but current John Petrie, I say at least like 20 casualties.
Big jump.
I think that like because Dakota Petrie is already built like a mini gorilla, that like his chances would fare better.
This is going on Mind the BStew YouTube. Would you like to be on?
Yes, ask her the question.
Please?
What is it? It's not
Do you think 100 men or one gorilla would win in a battle to the death?
I don't even know how to answer that.
It's Qual said 100 men. I say 100 men. Oh, here, let's go to Bentley.
Depends on the gorilla. I mean,
Like a
are we
full-grown
talking about
silverback.
King Kong or what?
No, just a normal silverback. What do you think?
This is Bentley.
I think that, what are we talking about? Are we talking about like just the average silverback, or
Yeah, like the average male silverback gorilla.
versus 100 average guys?
Yeah, 100 average men.
I mean, if you think about it, we're obviously the more intelligent species, so we would find
did
a
take
way
over the world.
to like.
I don't know about
Well, you gotta think. Shut up.
Yeah, it's 100 all at one time. There's no way.
Yeah, all at
You
once.
can just like dogpile the thing.
If
Yeah,
it's
it-
100
It's just gone,
at
you
all,
know?
like all at once.
Let's talk to one of the smartest people in the class, Miles Glendenning.
So I'm thinking the 100 men are gonna live and the gorilla's gonna die.
That's what I'm thinking. How many casualties?
I'd say like around 20. If everybody
20?
all at once bum rushes the gorilla, it's over for the gorilla.
Yeah, I agree. I think 20 is about the amount that would die. What about you?
I would say the 100 men
You're about to say something stupid.
because you just dogpile it and it's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah,
Suffocate it.
I agree. Come on, Josiah. Landon has something stupid to say.
Hot take. I think you only need 40 men.
I actually don't dislike that answer.
I would say that because a lot of the questions I hear when 100 people versus a gorilla, it's like 100 one-on-ones. Obviously, the gorilla's gonna kill. That's stupid.
I think that honestly, 100 men would honestly get in the way of each other.
What about
And shut up. I think that 100 men would get in the way of each other, and that it would actually be hindering.
Yes, the more people you have, the more chaotic and clustered it's gonna be. I think 40 people is like the sweet spot where like you're gonna be able to like attack kind of in shifts.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
20 people fight them, and then like hold it back and back. Next 20 people come in. Like you'd be able to get something going.
I was thinking like it depends on like the arena too. Like if it's like
where
a
are we fighting? Like are we
That's what I
fighting
was saying.
in?
If you
Just like
have
a
like,
field or
if you
like
have
a
props, like just say you're in
No,
the
what just say-
you're gonna be able to have sticks.
it's 100-yard by 100-yard like pasture. You're in a like 100-yard by 100-yard pasture.
People win.
Yeah, I think I'm.
Is there like, you
I heard my
know,
name and I said,
is there a cow skull, like freaking jawbone that?
No, it's nothing. It's just a straight pasture.
Just bare hands.
Well then,
Okay.
obviously you'd still have like the 100 guys would obviously. I think 20 deaths.
Yeah, 20 deaths is what I was.
Around how many would probably die.
But like you also got to think like they have to fight or their family dies. That's what you got to tell
yeah,
them.
it's like all or nothing.
The
Yeah.
indomitable
You're gonna
human
die.
spirit
If you say
wins
that,
every
then-
time.
That would,
I-
that would result in like 2 people dying if they
Yeah,
really
if
lied
you say
about
that,
it.
Yeah,
then the,
it's true.
What's it called? The indomitable human.
Spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Adrenaline or something.
That would kick in like.
Oh, Landon's in trouble.
What about like this whole class as a whole?
Against a gorilla? No, we are losing.
What about that?
We are losing. We are not the average humans. We were probably below average, but we're probably above our average intelligence.
If you kill the gorilla, you automatically pass it.
That might be worth it. One-on-one, I might take that. I might try that one-on-one. Who else should we ask? What do you think, Eric?
Well, I think it's gonna be close, but I honestly think the gorilla.
Gorilla. How do you think the gorilla gets it done?
Because I feel like people are gonna get scared. I feel like if people get scared of a snake, they're gonna get scared of a gorilla.
That's fair.
That's my reasoning.
But also, people like get confident in
You
numbers.
can't get confident, but I see the other take too. I see both ways and go both ways.
Yeah, I agree. But we also got to think that the gorilla isn't a predator. Like it's not.
That's what I mean. It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
Yeah.
Obviously, the 100 people.
If you're gonna say that, then you can't take into account like.
Well, you gotta think a gorilla isn't a natural predator.
It isn't,
But it's gonna get ferocious if something.
Chimps are literally insane.
Yeah, I
They
agree.
kill for fun.
But they're not endurance animals.
They're not. I just posted this on TikTok last night. I was absolutely livid. My mom was like, or all the people in the room that I was in my dad's office were like, 100 men. They're gonna run out of energy. You got one gorilla. That's gonna run out of energy before all the 100 men.
It's the biggest thing on the internet.
It's a huge question.
And just speaking as well.
Also, it's not the human specifications aren't listed, so we could have people like Brian Shaw there, Eddie Hall.
Just random people. Yeah.
Random selection.
But
Exactly.
realistically, you got to think it's probably going to be the average. 34%. That's what the average is for.
But it's like it's taken from the world population.
Decent on the multiple choice, even if you are.
So we have like Samoans in there too.
I just played the score factor.
100 Samoans?
Get 'em all right on the open response.
So that's like
explaining
4
multiple
people in
choice.
here.
Oh, okay. So if you have 100 Samoans in there,
Yeah.
gorilla stands no chance. Cause like, could you imagine just 100 of the rocks storming a silverback gorilla?
But you have 100 Connors in there. The gorilla's gonna like walk out there without breaking a sweat.
I agree. I agree with that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he's
crazy.
got no shoulders. Both of his labrums are
What if
gone.
you took like?
What's somebody like that you would say is above average? Like you'd put them, you'd take them over anybody like in a fight.
Chuck Norris.
Over anybody?
Over anybody, like
Right now? Like, or ever?
ever, just ever.
Prime John Jones.
Okay, so you take Prime John Jones. How many of him do you think it would take?
15?
15?
And I think you lose 5. I don't think you lose that many.
Well, you're gonna want people with like sturdier necks too.
But a gorilla, like an average male gorilla, silverback, is only 500 pounds.
Max Verstappen.
But you gotta think, he
I
can
still
probably,
think you just
he can
get-
probably.
Brian Shaw is 500 pounds. That's what you got to think of. There's humans that are that big.
But is Brian Shaw as agile as a silverback gorilla?
I mean, his legs are longer.
Muscle structure.
Yeah, but I would argue that.
But
Silverback gorillas.
silverback
way more
gorillas
agile.
have like super long arms.
Yeah.
They have super long arms, but their legs are like they're
Still.
they're 5'10". Brian Shaw's like 6'8",
But still.
500 pounds.
I would say that he's still more agile.
All right, I'm gonna ask other people here in a little bit. Back to BStew.
All right, let's talk about this. There's no way we're thinking that 100 men don't beat one silverback gorilla. Average male silverback gorilla. Are we joking? The average male silverback gorilla is gonna be around 400 to 500 pounds, and the biggest one ever recorded is around 600. So, I mean, they're huge animals. They're big, and they have a lot of muscle mass. 100 people at once? Ain't no way! Ain't no way the gorilla is winning. It's gonna run out of stamina, and you got people going at it 100% of the time. The abdominal, oh my goodness, words. The human spirit is gonna destroy that gorilla because you have to think about this. The people have to win. If they don't win, they're dead. The human spirit wants to live realistically. They want to live. So if you're going to lose about 20 people total, but you're killing that gorilla. So yeah, that was my thoughts. I've been pretty frustrated seeing people be like, the gorilla is just going to start just ripping people apart. I don't think so. That's a lot of people. I know 100 isn't as much as I think it is, but 100 people is still a lot of people. It would only take 40 people to take up just their arms and legs. I'm thinking that's 10 people per leg. Imagine that! 10 people just hanging on their legs, and their legs are super stubby. They're not going anywhere, and then you got the other people just beating it. There's no way. Alright, I'm done with that. Gets me a little hyped up. And, you know. Let's talk about Ilia Topuria. I know I didn't talk about UFC much last week. It was a different type of episode. Let's talk about Ilia. What is going on? I'm thinking they're giving him Charles Oliveira for the interim title because I think that Makhachev is moving up. And if he doesn't, then he's going to get Makhachev. Those are pretty much the only fights that I see, but he has gone on a freaking legendary run. Grant King told me to talk about this, and it's true. He has been unstoppable. He has knocked out 2 legends of featherweight. 2, and one of them is the champ again. Alex Volkanovski and Max Holloway, who has never been knocked out other than by Ilia Topuria. Are we joking? Are we joking? He's insane. Insane. He's winning the title at lightweight. He's gonna have a tough match if he has Makhachev, and it's close, but I could see him squeaking out the win. I'm not betting against Ilia. It's hard to bet against Ilia. It's also hard to bet against Makhachev, but that's like a different story. But Ilia is so hard to bet against. I don't think I'm going to anytime soon, at least. He's killing. He's knocking out Charles Oliveira. Knocking him out. Charles Oliveira gets rocked in every one of his fights. In every single one of his fights. And not only does Ilia have great power, he has great jiu-jitsu. So, I think Ilia knocks him out. Ilia finishes him. And then we got Arman in the question, are we really? I don't think the UFC gives him a title shot. I think they make him fight one more time just because he pulled out of the last fight, which put the UFC in a really bad predicament. Having Money Moicano, which probably shouldn't have had the title yet, had the title shot yet. So realistically, yeah, I don't think he's getting the title shot. I think it's going to be Charles or Ilya if Makhachev stays down. That leads us into something else. Ian Gary absolutely getting the win over Carlos Prates. I mean, it might have not been the best at the end. He almost got knocked out in the last minute, but he put on a masterclass. That's what we like to see, Ian Gary. Taking out Carlos Prates, which I don't think he had a loss in the UFC. Crazy work. Crazy work. Yeah. Ian, I mean, put on a great fight. Hold on, we're having technical difficulties. I can see it in the reflection. Hold on, friends. Goodness.
All right, we got it fixed up. We're chilling. We're chilling, quite frankly. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Ian Gary put on a masterclass. I mean, really loved it. I think he doesn't get the next title shot though. He got beat by Shavkat. Even though Shavkat, I think he got injured. He couldn't fight for the title. I think the UFC still likes him because he's a very marketable character because he has gotten 18 finishes out of his 19 pro wins, and he's 19-0 in the UFC. Crazy, and against top tier guys, even against Ian Gary. And then we got, I mean, this is pretty much leading into my next point, which is the situation at welterweight. I mean, we got the next title fight, Bilal JDM. Close fight. I think Bilal gets it done just because he is a great, rounded fighter. But JDM's boxing, though. JDM's boxing. It's hard to go against some good boxing. So, I mean, I could see JDM maybe finishing him. What the heck? Finishing him. But, and then we're, Buckley is in the question for the next title shot. If the UFC is holding a grudge against Shavkat, Buckley's getting the next title shot. He's got to beat Usman. I think he pretty much handles Usman pretty well. I don't think Usman is as good as he once was, not prime Usman. So, realistically, I think Buckley's over both, in the UFC eyes, both over Shavkat and Ian Gary. Ian Gary should not be the backup. If anybody, even though it might mess up the freaking, the fight night, who cares? Who cares? Put Ian Gary in there. So if one of them pulls out, you got Buckley going in to fight for the title, and then you got Ian Gary fighting Usman. You got somebody there. If Ian wants to fight, either put him as the backup for Usman, Buckley, and if Buckley wants to do the backup for Bilal, let him do the backup for Bilal. But Ian does not have primary title shot, whatever you want to call it, over Buckley or even Shavkat for that matter. So we're in a rough spot. And speaking of welterweight, Islam will be moving up. He will be. I mean, let's go see the double champ status. I think he beats all those guys that I just said. He's just a dog. I mean, I don't know. I mean, is it going to be a good fight between them? 100%. But Islam, he gets up there and weight. He would not be bullied by the strength at that weight, I think. I think Islam has a good shot there. So realistically, if Bilal loses, Islam's got the next title shot no matter what, just because, I mean, he's Dagestani, and the UFC loves them. I don't know what else I really want to talk about. I know it's a shorter episode than last week, but yeah, I just want to yap a little bit. Just get a little yap sesh, staying consistent in the posting. Yeah. I hope y'all are liking the videos. Go check out
The energy drink company, their energy drinks are great. I don't have one with me because I actually drank all of them that they sent me. Go use BStew or use BStew 10 at checkout, and go to Atlantis Nutrition. Check out their products. I really like their ashwagandha. I'd really recommend it. And use BStew 10 at checkout there. I'll leave both of the links in the description. Yeah, let's go, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye, friends.